Breaking news coming in, the FTII controversy has intensified with 12 filmmakers now deciding to return their national award, expressing solidarity with the students who have been protesting against the appointment of Chauhan as chairman. First, film director Dibaker Banerjee announced his decision to return his award, urging the government to pay attention to striking students, following which 11 other filmmakers including Anand, Patwardhan, Paresh Kamdar, Nishtha Jain, Hari Nair and Lipika Singh have announced their decision to give up their prestigious award, claiming that they decided to take the step to protest against indifference of the government over issues that are being raised by students of the Premier Film Institute.
As the students of FTII have questioned, debated and pleaded to bring to attention the fact that the appointment of its governing body has to be transparent and relevant to film teaching and nothing else, they have come up against many obstacles. That is natural. But what is not natural is the way that they have been portrayed and their protest has been portrayed. They have been called names, they've been criminalized, convicted, arrested with an aim to trivialize and misrepresent what they are saying. These sons, daughters who go to schools, colleges, institutes and want to become successful and proud Indians, whatever that definition may be. I'm here to draw the attention of those citizens of India, if they are listening, if they care, and if they think that I am one of them and not a privileged outsider. What we teach and what we learn today is what we live tomorrow. India has had a proud tradition of teaching and learning for thousands of years. Central to that tradition was the Guru and their Shishyas. It is not for nothing that famous names like Drone, Kripacharya and even religious leaders like Shankar, Gautam Buddha, Mahavir, Nanak.
Let's get now word from Shilpa Ratnam, who's with us on the phone line. Shilpa, now 12 national award winning filmmakers have also decided to return their national awards to protest against government apathy. This will of course lead to others in the film industry also supporting the FTII cause.
Yes, indeed. For now, we've seen filmmakers come forward. We're also expecting a few actors perhaps to come forward and perhaps other filmmakers to follow suit. This has been a very dramatic announcement that's happened today, following writers who have returned their awards, protesting the growing air of intolerance that they feel is prevails in the country. Now filmmakers have also come forward supporting the FTII issue. So perhaps, the next step might be the left wing, so as to say, of Bollywood, that consists of some thinking actors and other filmmakers. So they might be coming forward, yes.
Right, Shilpa, stay on with us. We have BJP spokesperson China NC on the phone line with us. China, how do you respond to this? Now, 12 filmmakers have decided to return their award, saying that the government has turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to crucial issues that are being raised by students.
Raised by the students were about what type of education is being taught to them, what is FTII talking about, vis-a-vis, various kinds of faculty that you want in your institute. It's clearly not the space of the students to decide that this should be the person who leads or doesn't. That has been a stand. There has been multiple questions about the grants which have been given by the central government. The fact that you have no kind of formal program that has taken place since 1997 in itself is a question. There are areas of grey which are vis-a-vis the kind of activity going on at FTII, vis-a-vis substance abuse, etc. I think
but China, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how these students have been protesting against the appointment of Chauhan. They don't think he has the credentials required to be chairman of this Premier Film Institute.
They can think anything. That their space is to learn. It is the prerogative of the state government to ask serious questions as to why no convocation has taken place in so many years. why so much faculty is residing in the campus of FTII is completely paid for by the central government. There is no question of those questions answered. And at the same time, we constantly raise that, the credentials of Gajendra Chauhan. If you haven't given somebody the power to express his intent for the institute and by agitating and returning awards is hardly the way forward.
But now, Shaina, NC, it's not just the students. You also have 12 prominent filmmakers joining the cause, saying that they also think that Gajendra Chauhan is not fit to be FTII director. He doesn't have the credentials. He's not at par with, for example, a Shyam Benegal, who headed the institute at one point of time.
If you think 25 to 30 years experience in the television fraternity, over 200 serials is not experience. Somebody who has come.
But what is his contribution? He's come in B and C grade films as well. Just because he played Yudhishthira in that serial doesn't mean that he's a very good actor. That was just one role. Otherwise, look at his career. He's featured in B and C grade movies all his life.
That is not the decision of the students. It is the decision of the government.
But don't you think that when artists are also raising a similar point, you have a situation where 12 national award-winning filmmakers have returned their awards, saying that the government needs to address this issue?
The issue is this, that there has been no convocation since 1997. The issue is this, that there is substance abuse and all.
Shaina, you basically don't have a response to this. You're constantly repeating yourself, saying there's substance abuse and students don't have the right to decide. I also like to get Priyanka Chaturvedi, Congress spokesperson, who's with us on the phone line. Priyanka, now you have a situation where 12 national award-winning filmmakers have decided to return their awards, saying that the government needs to take heed of issues that are being raised by students. They don't think Gajendra Chauhan is qualified enough to be appointed as FTII chairman. And if students don't feel that kind of respect towards the chairman, there's no need to appoint him there. Why is this decision being forced down?
Before I even answer this question, what I'm surprised about and totally taken aback is the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson accusing the students of substance abuse and, all kinds of things. Why is it so difficult for the government of the day to interact with these students and try to understand? They have been protesting, and this is yet another example of how they've been trying to crush the voices of dissent, crush the voices of protest. You cannot hold
the prerogative.
You can't hold the students to ransom and not have a dialogue with them.
Shaina, you now have a situation where you have writers returning the Sahitya Academy Awards, you have filmmakers returning the national awards, and everyone is saying that the government doesn't care about crucial issues that are raised. There is a crackdown on freedom of expression in speech, and people who are not being allowed to express themselves. Issues being raised by common citizens aren't being addressed by the government.
And can I say something, Samir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Considering how Shaina is refusing to allow me to speak, this goes on to show how disapproving they are of voices of dissent, of voices that have a different point of view. And this is exactly what we're seeing happen across the nation. And this is I would say the last attempt by many people who believe that the government is not supporting freedom of speech, freedom of dissent, and that is their way of protesting. We must respect their concerns and the issues that they're raising, and it's high time the government enters into a dialogue and stops behaving arrogantly and in such a high-handed fashion with them.
Shaina, do you want to respond to that? Is the government not acting in a high-handed manner?
Yes, and thank you. And since I was told that I'm not allowing anyone to speak, now I hope I will be heard. 139 days of a strike have been something which the students have missed out on. It is not the prerogative of the students to decide who will head FTII. It has never been the practice. If you have already announced a judgment on Gajendra Chauhan without giving him an opportunity, it is so unfortunate. If the government is talking about upgrading the institute, investing all kinds of valuable time, money, etc. into a world-class institute, it's sad that, we have reached a stage where somebody tries to suggest it's either our way or the highway. And that will not work, because we are a strong government. We are a government that has said on multiple occasions, come discuss. The FTII students were flown down from Pune to Delhi by the IMB ministry, not once.
But no action was taken. All right, this is an ongoing debate. Now we have a situation where prominent filmmakers in the country are also returning their national awards, a situation where artists and writers are repeatedly feeling that the government has turned a blind eye to crucial issues that are being raised by them. Shaina NC and Priyanka Chaturvedi, thanks so much for speaking to us. We're also getting an update on that story. FTII chairperson Gajendra Chauhan has spoken to TV today and he's said, I can only appeal to filmmakers to not return their